1. Introduction. My name is Isabella Rossi. My life was difficult. I was 25 years old. I had debts from school. My mother was sick and needed special care. This care cost a lot of money. I worked 2 jobs every day to earn enough. I was always very tired. Life was a struggle. One evening, my friend took me to a party. It was a very big party in a beautiful house. All the people there were rich. I felt out of place in my simple dress. Then I saw him across the room. He was Mr. Thomas Sterling. He wore a dark, expensive suit. He looked very powerful and important. He stood far away, but I felt him looking at me. His eyes stayed on me for a long time. I did not know why a man like him would look at me. When the party finished, it was late and it was raining. Mr. Sterling came to me. He asked, "Do you need a ride home?" I was very surprised. His car was a large, black, expensive car. I said yes because I needed to get home and it was raining hard. In his car, he was quiet. After some minutes, he asked, "Are you hungry?" He drove me to a very fancy restaurant. It was a place I could never go to by myself. The food was wonderful, but I was nervous sitting there with him. He did not talk much, but he watched me. After we ate, he looked at me with his cold, direct eyes. He said, "Isabella, I see that your life is hard. I am a rich man. I do not have family nearby. Sometimes I want someone to be with me. I can give you money, a lot of money. I can take care of you. You will not need to work 2 jobs anymore. Your mother can have the best doctor. Will you accept my help?" His words were shocking. My mind told me this was not right, this was strange. But I thought of my mother. I thought of my hard life and all the bills. I looked at Mr. Sterling. He did not smile. He just waited. He was offering me a completely new life. It felt like a dream, but also very risky. It was a life with a rich man I did not know, a life that felt exciting and dangerous at the same time. I took a deep breath. I had to give him an answer. My decision would change everything. 2. A new life. I said yes to Mr. Sterling. I accepted his offer. My life changed very fast. One day, I was working 2 jobs. The next day, I was in his world. It was a world I did not know. It was full of money and luxury. He had a private plane. We flew to different cities. We stayed in big, beautiful hotels. He bought me many things: nice clothes, expensive shoes and jewelry, gold and diamonds. My old apartment felt very far away now. My new home was a very big house. Mr. Sterling told me the rules of this new life. He looked at me with his cold eyes. He said, "I want company, Isabella, not love. Be loyal to me, only to me. Do not ask about my business. My work is my work. It is not for you to know." Then he gave me a paper. It was a contract. It said I would live with him and be his companion. It said he would give me money every month. A lot of money. It also said I must not talk about our life to anyone. I read the words. My hand shook a little. I signed the paper. It felt strange. It felt like I was selling my time, maybe selling a part of myself. I told myself it was for my mother, for her health, for a better life for us both. It was only about the money. It was not about love. I tried very hard to believe this. Living with Mr. Sterling was not easy. He was often quiet. He was sometimes very cold. He did not show much emotion. But sometimes, just sometimes, he was kind. He would look at me in a way that was different, not like business. This made things confusing for me. I started to feel something for him. I did not know what it was. It was not the love you read about in books. It was complicated. He gave me everything I needed and more. But he kept a distance. He was a mystery to me, a rich, powerful man I lived with but did not truly know. His big house was beautiful, but sometimes it felt like a prison. I had everything, but I did not feel completely free. And my heart, the heart I told myself must not feel anything, started to beat faster when he was near. It felt wrong. I knew this kind of life was not normal, but I was here now, in his world, starting a new, strange life. 3. The first secret. I lived in Mr. Sterling's big house now. It was very quiet. One day I was in his study. This room had many books and old things. I was looking around. On his desk I saw a photo. It was a picture of a woman. She was very beautiful. Her hair was dark. She smiled in the picture. I thought, who is this woman? Was she his sister? His family? He told me he had no family here. He never talked about his past life. Later, I saw Mr. Sterling. I decided to ask him about the photo. Mr. Sterling, I said, who is the woman in the photo in your study? He stopped and looked at me. His face changed. It became very cold. His eyes were like ice. It is nothing, he said. His voice was hard. It is an old photo. It is not important. He quickly took the photo from the desk. He opened a drawer and put the photo inside. He did not want me to see it or ask about it. His reaction felt strange to me. Why was it nothing? Why did he hide it so fast? In the house, there was also the housekeeper. Her name was Mrs. Gable. She was an older woman. She worked for Mr. Sterling for many years. She did not talk much, but sometimes I saw a sad look in her eyes when she looked at me. One afternoon, I was in the kitchen with her. She was making tea. We were alone. She looked at me for a moment. Then she spoke quietly. Her voice was low. Miss Isabella, she said, please be careful in this house. Mr. Sterling has many secrets. What you see or hear, sometimes it is not the truth. Just be careful. Her words made me feel afraid inside. Secrets, not the truth. First the photo, then his cold face, now Mrs. Gable's warning. The beautiful house felt different now. It felt full of things I did not know. I started to feel that I did not know the real Mr. Sterling. What was he keeping hidden from me? The beautiful house felt like a place with many doors, and I could only see a few of them. 4. The paper marriage. Mr. Sterling came to me one morning. He looked very serious. "Isabella," he said, "I need to ask you something important. It is about my business." My heart beat a little faster. I knew I should not ask about his work. "What is it?" I asked him. "I need to get married," he said. My eyes opened wide. Married to me? I remembered he said he did not want love, he just wanted company. "But you said," I started to speak. He stopped me. "It is not a real marriage, Isabella," he explained. "Not for love. It is for business only. I need a wife on paper for a new deal. It will help my company very much. It will be a marriage just on paper. Nothing between us will change. You will still live here. I will still give you money. You will be my wife only in name. Will you do this for me, for us?" A marriage just on paper. Not for love, only for his business. It felt very strange. It felt like another part of the contract I signed before. But this part felt bigger. He wanted me to be his wife in front of the law, even if it was not real between us. It felt like I was going deeper into his world, a place I might not be able to leave easily. I thought about the contract that changed everything. I was already living in his world. Maybe this was just the next step. The next thing I had to do because of our deal. It was not about feelings. It was about paper and business. "Yes," I said finally, "I will marry you on paper." The wedding was very small and quiet. There was no family there. No friends came. It was just Mr. Sterling and me. A lawyer was there, and Mrs. Gable was also present. I wore a beautiful white dress, but I did not feel like a bride. I felt like I was signing another paper, another important contract that tied me to him. My hand did not shake this time, but my heart did not feel happy. It was full of questions, full of doubt about everything we were doing. I married Mr. Thomas Sterling that day. My rich, mysterious man. Now, on paper, he was my husband, but I still did not truly know who he was inside. Life after the paper marriage felt strange. I was Mrs. Sterling now. Sometimes I went with him to different events. Many people were there. They looked at us. The young wife and the rich businessman. I smiled for them. I tried to look happy. But inside, I felt like I was acting in a play. It was not my real life. It was just a show for other people. I was his wife, but only on paper. And that felt very lonely. I wore beautiful clothes and smiled, but inside I felt empty. The marriage was fake, just like the smiles I gave to the people who watched us. I was Mrs. Sterling, but my heart felt like it did not belong to anyone, not even myself. The doubt stayed with me, a quiet guest in our big, quiet house. 5. A painful truth. Life after the paper marriage felt strange. I was Mrs. Sterling now. I went with Mr. Sterling to some events. People looked at us. The young wife and the rich businessman. I smiled and tried to act happy. but inside I felt like I was in a play. One day, I wanted to take lunch to Mr. Sterling at his office. It was a big, modern building. When I arrived, I heard a loud noise. A woman was shouting in the main room. She was very angry. "He promised me," she yelled. "He promised to marry me." I stopped walking. Who was this woman? Why was she shouting about Mr. Sterling? Then she saw me. Her face became redder. She pointed her finger at me. "You," she screamed. "You took my life. He was with me for many years. He promised me marriage, and you came and took everything." Her name was Clara. She was shouting about Mr. Sterling promising to marry her. This was the woman he was with before me. My head felt confused. He told me our marriage was only for business, just on paper. But he promised this woman a real marriage. Was I just a way for him to finish with her? Was I just a tool for his business or his games? I felt terrible, like I was not a person but a thing he used. I went home. I felt sick in my stomach. When Mr. Sterling came home, he was calm. He did not say anything about Clara. He acted like nothing happened at all. Later, I saw his phone. It was on the table. I looked at it. There were messages on it from other women. Simple messages like "thinking of you" or "call me." Were these women like Clara? Was he with other women now, even after marrying me? Even if our marriage was only on paper, it hurt me. I was supposed to be the only one part of our deal. I felt lost and very sad. Who was this man I married? What else was he hiding from me? I felt a cold fear. I could not live like this. Not knowing the truth was a painful feeling. Clara's words and Mrs. Gable's warning came back to me. I needed to know Mr. Sterling's secrets, all of them. 6. Finding the facts. I could not live like this, not knowing the truth, not knowing who I married. Clara's words stayed with me. Mrs. Gable's warning too. I needed to know Mr. Sterling's secrets, all of them. I decided to get help. I found a man, a private investigator. He finds things. He finds secrets. I paid him a lot of money. Money Mr. Sterling gave me. I used his money to find out about him. I asked the investigator to look into Mr. Sterling's business and his past. The investigator worked fast. He found many things, bad things. He told me Mr. Sterling's money was not clean. It came from bad deals, not legal business. He used companies to hide money. He used different names. And he used people, women, to help him, to cover his tracks. Was this why he married me? To use me, to hide something bigger? Then the investigator told me something that surprised me very much, something big. "Mrs. Sterling," he said, "your marriage is real in law. And because of the papers you signed and the way he put some things in your name, one of his companies, a big one, is now legally yours. Mr. Sterling put it in your name when you married. Maybe he planned to take it back later, but right now it is yours. I did not know this. Mr. Sterling never told me. He wanted a paper marriage for business. But the marriage paper gave me part of his business, a big part. He did not want me to have power. He wanted to use me, but now I had power. A power he never wanted me to have. I was not just a toy. I was not just a name on a paper. I owned something important. I owned a part of his empire. Learning the truth was hard. Mr. Sterling was not just a rich, cold man. He was a dangerous man. His money was dirty. He used people. He used me. But he made a mistake. He gave me power. He did not know I knew. 7. A secret plan. I knew the truth now. Mr. Sterling was not a good man. His business was not clean. He used people like me, but he made a big mistake. When we married, he put one of his companies in my name. The law said it was mine. He did not want me to have power, but he gave it to me. I stopped feeling like a victim. I was not sad and afraid anymore. I decided to change. I decided to play his game, but I would play it my way now. In public, I acted like the perfect wife. I smiled at parties. I talked to his business friends. I held his arm. I looked happy and loving. People saw the rich man and his young, beautiful wife. Mr. Sterling liked this. He thought I was doing what he wanted. But in private, I was different. When I was alone in the big house, I worked. I studied the company that was mine. I read papers. I learned about his business. How did he make money? Who were his partners? What were his plans? I used the money he gave me to learn more. I hired people to help me understand the papers. I asked quiet questions to his partners when I saw them. I showed them I was not just a stupid wife. I was learning fast. Slowly, they started to trust me. They talked to me about the business. They did not know I was planning something. Mr. Sterling did not see the change in me. He thought I was still the girl he saved. He did not see that I was getting stronger. He did not know I was learning his world. I was making a secret plan, a plan to escape his life, a plan to take my power, a plan to win his game. I was not running away. I was getting ready to fight. 8, the last day, a year passed. It was the day of our anniversary, 1 year since the paper marriage. Mr. Sterling came home. He looked the same, but I was different. Inside, I was strong now. I had learned many things. I knew about his secrets, about his business, about the company he put in my name. He smiled a little. "Happy anniversary, Isabella," he said. I did not smile back. I looked at him. I was not afraid anymore. "Thomas," I said. I used his first name. He looked surprised. "I know," I said. His face changed. "You know what?" he asked. "I know about Clara," I said. "I know about the other women. I know about your business. It is not clean. I know about the companies. And I know about the one you put in my name when we married. The law says it is mine." He became very angry. His eyes were cold again, but now there was fear too. "How do you know this?" he shouted. I took papers from my bag. I put them on the table between us. These are divorce papers, I said quietly. I am leaving, and I am keeping the company. You made a mistake when you put it in my name. You wanted to use me for your business, but the marriage paper gave me power. You did not want me to have power, but now I do. He stood up. He was very red in the face. You cannot do this, he yelled. You are nothing. I gave you everything. You gave me money, I said, and I used that money to learn. I learned about your world. Your business, your power. I learned how to win. You thought I was just a quiet wife, but I was not. He looked at the divorce papers. He looked at me. He knew. He knew I was right about the company. He knew the law was on my side. He was furious, but he was legally beaten. He had all the money and power, but he had made a mistake that cost him. I did not say more. I turned and walked away. I walked out of the big house. I did not take any clothes or jewels. I left everything he gave me. I was not the girl who came here 1 year ago. I was a new woman, stronger, smarter, free. I walked into the night. I left Mr. Sterling and his secrets behind. I was free from his control. The company was mine. My name was Isabella Rossi. And I was finally free, powerful, and rich. It was the last day of my life with him, the first day of my new life.